Hey guys, welcome to JPlays. I am Iceman. This is my playthrough of Fallout: The Frontier. So we are currently doing one of the Crusader quests, which is to go to this location. I think it's a H&K place, I think. There we go. Ah, cool. That's right, blackjacks, that's it. Yeah, if they want to do that, they can do that. I'm not... Brotherhood for life for me. That's where my allegiance is. Not to the NCR. Gum Arabic.
No ink, huh? Well, this is a print shop. Maybe there is something here to make ink with. Let's look around.
Okay, fresh egg, gum Arabic, and purified water. Well, I've seen gum Arabic. That was here. No, paint gum wasn't part of it. Yeah, purified water and fresh egg is the other two.
Franca, how
I
many
don't
times
deal with
have I told you
customers.
not to smoke
Go see
in the
Gerda
clinic?
or Dr. Saki.
Cracking a window. Oh, welcome to the Patch and Go Clinic. I am Nurse Gerda. How can I assist you today? Franca and I used to be nurses before the war. We both served overseas for a while, which is where we met. When we got out, we came to Portland. Both of us wanted to be ER nurses at Clinton Kelly, but competition was tough. Franca got in, but the stress was killing her. Some days she looked worse than we do now. It's where she picked up the habit of smoking those smelly-ass cigarettes.
Does it look like my lungs are my... I don't deal with customers. Go see Gerda or Dr. Saki if you need something.
Anyways, we joined up with a local practice of family doctors. Then the bombs hit and poof, goulettes. Goulettes. Embarrassed, we hid for a while. Too long. We just never died, despite our severe radiation poisoning. Eventually, we started a clinic here and fixed up an old Mr. Orderly from the hospital. He performs all the exams, diagnoses, and surgeries. We just assist and dispense medicine, which makes up most of our business. Franca is a bit frustrated with customers at the moment, so I handle all our transactions these days. So if you need something, let me know. You can buy stuff a la carte, and we also sell a Frontiersman pack, which is a bundle of common medical supplies for 1,000 caps. So, what'll it be? Oh, the healing chems you need. Just ignore the expiration dates.
Let's give patience. Think.
Salutations. How can the great Dr. Socket be of service today? Certainly. I can administer the standard radiation purge for 100 caps. Well,
I can hear beeping very far away in the distance.
Exactly, eh? Looks pretty cool. Do you think I could find some cool old world trinkets around here? We totally need to check it out. Arissa and Sarah snuck down here once. They recommend the gun shop, but avoid getting medical supplies. Those aren't exactly kept sterile. Arissa got a stim pack that created serious bathroom issues. Actually, it might have been the food here. Let's just say it's all a risk.
You, sir, have the look of someone who appreciates the finer things of life. You aren't like the rest of the others here. You utilize the utmost discretion with your purchases. It's why you're talking to me. I am sure I can satisfy your refined tastes. I hail from a small town by the name of Goose Hollow. It was an independent prefecture when I inhabited it, but from what I've heard, it's recently come under NCR control. A pity. My talents were being wasted there. No one understood beauty, and no one understood my art. Those excrement-consuming apes wanted me to abandon my craft in favor of martial pursuits. Jumpfrey, on the other hand, is such a corner of its creation. Here I am appreciated and adored.
That's be with the audio.
Only the finest of garments made with the most illustrious of silk and darkest of pigments, fit for royalty such as yourself. I must admit that my primary trade isn't the most lucrative, so I make a living by selling gaudy combat armor. If that is your definition of useful, then yes, I sell it. I think the current decorum speaks for itself. However, Junkflea is like a caterpillar. Very soon it will shed its current form and achieve perfection. It is hardly the mayor's intention to keep things as they are. Rather, he wishes to expand his reach to establish scav settlements across Portland. That is Junkflea's end. What you see now are merely the means to achieve that goal. Sure. Here is what I have.
God damn.
What do you need? Sure, here's what I've got.
Howdy, name's Eve. If you've come for grub, you're at the right place. If you're looking to wet your whistle, Adam's your guy. All kinds. Boxed, fresh, irritated, slightly less irritated. It's not gourmet by any means, but we make do with what we have.
It's not irradiated, it's irradiated.
Yeah, we've been working together for... Oh, you mean dating? Well, no, we aren't. Strictly business between us. To tell the truth, I prefer women anyway. You have to be in a place like this. Otherwise, you end up like Callan Burr. Poor man. His son died, and then his husband left to join some cult. Callan hasn't really been the same. When stuff like that happens on a daily basis, someone has to keep spirits up. In this case, that someone is me. It's smelly, wet, and full of people who want to stab me or rape me or both. Mostly both. But it's home. Frankly, it could be a lot worse. Look at the slums. Or the Legion. Only the freshest. Or somewhat freshest.
Just need purified water, and we are good. Ah, what?
Yeah? I'll do my best. Name's Vincent. Been here my whole life. Spent most of it in the slums. I didn't exactly have a good childhood. My parents literally threw me in the garbage when I was born. I had to fend for myself. Found a niche down there by selling off old parts and baseball cards to the bigger gangs. It wasn't easy, but eventually I crawled my way up here. Been selling my junk in the market ever since. You're going down there? Willingly? Well, shit. You're clinically stupid. Outside of, not to go down there at all, the best advice I can give is to watch your caps. Pickpockets are everywhere. Oh, and don't trust anyone. Except the Legion, maybe. Yeah, really. The Legion are a bunch of psychopaths, but hey, they're honest. If they make a deal, they keep to it. Hell, man, not even NCR is that trustworthy. Well, the slums are hell, but the market is pretty good. The mayor pays us well, and he keeps all crime in the slums. Things would be better if there wasn't a war, but it's not like the mayor can control that. Here's what I got.
Looking for a bite to eat? Or maybe you just want to chat. You know, I used to mind. But at this point I've gotten used to it. I wish there was a cool story behind it. But the truth is, my arm got infected and it had to be amputated. That's it. Got it off some guy with a weird last name. Galileo something. He was a crazy old ghoul, but he was also crazy smart. I don't have any phantom pain with this thing. It's like I never lost my arm. I wish I could tell you, but I can't. Sorry. Well, it's better than the bleeders, but that's not exactly saying much now. The mayor does a good job of keeping order, but you could tell he'd be able to do a lot more if there wasn't a war going on. Hell, we could probably take over all of Portland, given the chance. Sure, here's what I've got. I'm from a ways north of here, the Bleeder Sanctuary. Unsurprisingly, I happen to be a bleeder. Or, I was. The Bleeders were this tribe that used to roam the city outskirts. There was a time when the Bleeders were even larger than the Snowblind. But that was ancient history when I was born. They died off. That's all I can tell you, but Last Pathfinder can answer your questions. He's probably still at the sanctuary. I'm sure he wouldn't mind some company. What? No. I mean, she's attractive, but she's definitely not my type. I prefer ghouls.
Really?
Bye.
You gonna buy something, or what? Ammo, lots of it. I'm the guy you come to see when your guns are feeling lighter than they should. Take a look.
Let me guess. You're here to punch me in the face and take what few caps I have left. Go ahead, do your worst. I've already hit rock bottom. Can't get much worse from here. The prostitutes can't keep their hands to themselves, and the smell is just putrid. I can't even bring myself to force down this sorry excuse they call alcohol. Only reason I'm still here is because I don't have enough caps to go anywhere else. I'm a scav, though I prefer to be called a treasure hunter. Oh, it wasn't just one thing. It's a growing collection of unfortunate events. My girlfriend broke up with me, I got kicked out of my favorite bar, and now my business partner has run off with all my caps. It's a wonder I haven't died yet, but I guess that would just be too easy. Woman by the name of Angelina. Fiery gal, used to be a therapist, but even then, she couldn't save our relationship. As much as I want to blame her for what happened, we both had problems. It's kind of amazing we lasted as long as we did. I punched some washed-up general in the face. Zurich, I think his name was. He was a regular, so I got thrown out. I don't regret what I did, though. Sexist old fuck deserved it. Kept making jokes about my ex's rack in front of me. Not that it matters now. I'm not getting back into the Wasted Angel until Charlie dies. She's convinced that she'll live forever. She might be right. I'd rather not talk about my failures. Hey, wait. You look like you're well-traveled. How'd you like to make a few extra caps? A few weeks ago, me and my now ex-partner Rango found a pre-war safe full of treasure. After weeks of waiting for a new key to be made, we were finally ready to open it up and split the haul evenly. Then that son of a bitch stole the key to the safe and ran off. Took most of my caps with him, too. Now I'm stuck here with a handful of caps in a safe that's little better than a paperweight without that key. If you can find Rango and bring me the key to the safe, I'll give you Rango's cut of what we find in there. How does that sound?
Sure thing.
Fine. Now do we have a deal? Making the one key nearly bankrupted me. I don't have close to the amount of caps needed to make another one. Because he couldn't drag it out without me noticing. Besides, it's not like this was premeditated. It was a spur-of-the-moment thing. He just wanted to hurt me, and he did a damn good job of it. Thanks. I don't care what you do to Rango. Just get me that key.
Coach G speaking. This? Nah, don't worry. It's not on. Before I formed the Lawmen, I spent a stint being a slave. Now I wear it for comfort. It's alright, I guess. I personally liked Sandlot better. But Junk Flea's only just started this cycle of shittiness, so there's still time for improvement. The philosophical construct of my own design. Junk Flea isn't the first scav settlement in the frontier. You have Brighttown, Sandlot, the Bleeder Sanctuary, and on and on and on. All of those places ended up either destroying themselves or getting destroyed. After that, one of the people who lived in the settlement thinks, hey, I'm gonna build a new place, and it's gonna be better than the old place. And it is. Then it gets a whole new set of problems and falls apart. And so, The cycle continues. Junk fleas already showing problems. Gang-filled slums, the Legion getting involved, slaves. It's only a matter of time before these walls get stained with blood. I'm a ghoul, been around since the bombs fell. War never changes, neither does the cycle. That's right, we're the lawmen, the protectors of Portland and all that crap. We keep people safe, for a price. We're, taking a break. Yeah, that's it. Okay, fine. It's not like it was a secret anyway. Our old base was a skyscraper, but an NCR vertibird hit it and it collapsed. All our stuff was in there, and no one is willing to hire us anymore. The best mercs in Portland, if you can afford us. We got all our equipment from military bunkers and police stations, so we're better equipped than everyone else. Hell, even the NCR is jealous of us. We may have, accidentally killed one of their spies. I mean, it wasn't our fault. His stuff was nice, why wouldn't we take it? I'm the leader of the lawmen, and the baddest guy in this room. See you later.
Hiya, how's it going, buddy? What's not to be happy about? There's food, shelter, warmth, and I heard that one of the network's iBots are outside. Oh, you must be new. That's great. Now I can tell you all about the network. The network is a legend in the frontier. They say that the network's eyes wander, or rather float, around the frontier. A legion of iBots always on the lookout for information to sell to whoever has enough caps. The iBots just float around on their own and nobody pays attention to them. Which, now that I think about it, is probably the point. Beyond what I just told you, nobody knows anything about the network. And now one of their iBots is outside of Junkfleet. Isn't that great? Beyond what I just told you, nobody knows anything about the network. And now what... Me? No, I think it's better to watch from a distance. You know, safety first. The 10th Eye. That's their name. That's all we know about them. They could be a man, or a woman, or a super mutant. Some people even say that the 10th Eye is another iBot. There are a lot of mysteries in the frontier, but most will kill you if you get too close. Not the network, though. That mystery's just begging to be solved. Okay. Betsy Vertok at your service, professional wanderer. See you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.
Move your eye jelly somewhere else, Two Legs. Bug-Eye doesn't have time for your hurt words.
Hurt words?
Two Legs isn't making fun of Bug-Eye, not using hurt words. Two Legs different. Two Legs listen to Bug-Eye, yes. Two Legs ask Bug-Eye. Bug-Eye doesn't know. Bug-Eye just likes the name. No. Bug-Eye opposite of okay. Bug-Eye is no-K. Bug-Eye had a friend, see? Four Legs. Bug-Eye called him Bernardo. Bernardo is Bug-Eye's friend. We share all our juices, and Bernardo goes to nothing. Taken by the Two Legs who throw hurt words at Bug-Eye. Bug-Eye killed them, tear their throats out, but still no Bernardo. Bug-Eye's scared of the Outer War. Hasn't left Metal Womb for years. Two Legs not from Metal Womb. Bug-Eye would know. Two Legs could find Bernardo for Bug-Eye. Two Legs said yes. Bug-Eye have little, but Bug-Eye is grateful. Before Bug-Eye killed the Two Legs that took Bernardo, they spoke the word Vincent, the merchant man. Speak to him first. Bring Bernardo back to Bug-Eye, please. Bug-Eye is pulsing on you.
What are you after? Mostly just booze. We have some mediocre food as well, if you're interested in that garbage. Take a look.
Just wanted to know what that note said. I wouldn't call it fully stocked. There's no like ammo making or ammo type things. So we got the ink. Now we can go make something with it. Where's this? What counts as the side of the printer? reservoir. Oh, there it is.
Welcome to the Breach Outreach. Mr. Breach has been expecting you. Please direct your attention to the intercom on the wall. The position of secretary was previously held by a woman named Janet. Mr. Breach noticed her talent and wisely promoted her to the position of reporter. Since then, this position has been occupied by me. The Breach Outreach is the main proprietor of news in the greater Portland area. The company is owned and operated by its founder, Mr. Breach.
Try saying breach outreach 10 times.
Mr. Breach founded this company 4 decades ago to deliver information to the people of Portland. To learn more, you will have to speak to Mr. Breach himself.
Bob Frost.
A common misconception. While Bob Frost is a high-value employee, Mr. Breach owns this company and handles its day-to-day operation.
Bob Frost, isn't that the name that's been coming up on every NPC? Like, one that doesn't have a dialogue, and the ones for the enemies that shouldn't have been neutral? Hmm. One sec, my cat is being annoying.
Over and out.
Intercom. Yeah, so he said to speak... Oh, there's the intercom. Okay.
Greetings, I am Mr. Breach. Welcome to my castle. I assume you're here because of the ad. Oh yes, I have friends in low places, so to speak, and they've taken quite the interest in you. Not exactly. I'll be brief. You've got quite a past, kid, and if it's true, then I think you have what it takes to be a reporter. You may not have a fancy piece of paper to back you up, but you've got experience where it counts. You know the wastes like the back of your hand, and you've dealt with all the major powers. Further, you'll go to any lengths to get what you want, the most important quality of any journalist. You'll have to start as a junior reporter, of course, but the pay is good, and you'll be doing Portland a great service. So what do you say, kid? You in? Of course. You'd be a poor fit for the job if you didn't. They're the best in the business, 100 times better than the chumps under that clown 3-Dog. Alliter and Cooper are your standard news reporters, cold, professional, and dedicated to the truth. Paparazzi, on the other hand, is wild, maybe even feral. He's far from reliable, but when he gets it good, he gets it great. Ah, Frost. He's the editor-in-chief here, and my future successor. His skills as a journalist aren't all that spectacular, but he pairs it with an unmatched charisma that demands attention. The Breach Outreach is in good hands. Afraid not. He's too valuable to risk on an unknown. But play your cards right, and you may just get an interview. Oh, it's a propaganda machine, plain and simple. The truth will always be secondary to their agenda. Still, they have good people there. Even John Walker could do great work if he kept his ego in check. A word of advice, don't mention NCR radio around here. The other reporters will be far less civil in their opinions. My friends know me as Thaddeus R. Breach, but we're not friends. You and everyone else in this building shall refer to me as Mr. Breach. My ancestors founded Radiation King, the company that produced all the radios and TV sets you see today. I suppose it was only fitting that I continue my family's legacy in broadcasting. I was an adventurer, a treasure hunter. I risked my life to recover precious artifacts from the old world. It was hard work, but if you were good, you could make a fortune, and I was very good at it. The caps I made back then helped keep this station afloat. Who says I stopped? True, I'm not diving into vaults anymore, but a good story is just as valuable as any old world treasure. Besides, there's still plenty of risk. The bullet holes in my office walls can attest to that. Do you know what it was like in Portland before we came around? It was chaos, abject chaos. Settlements were failing left and right, powerful tribes vanished overnight, world-changing events came and went without so much as a whisper. No one knew what was happening or why. That scared people. And when people get scared, well, nothing good happens. And so, in the spirit of my ancestors, I built Breach Outreach to give the people a way to communicate with one another and stay informed. No more guessing, no more stabs in the dark. Everyone knew what was happening and why. It's no exaggeration to say, Portland wouldn't be what it is today without us. You're sharp. I like that about you. Yes, I had help. A patron, if you would. In fact, this patron is still our primary supporter. If I get into specifics, they'll probably kill you. Let's just say our patron has a vested interest in Portland's stability. You make a lot of enemies in this business, kid. It pays to be cautious. Prove that I can trust you, and we may just meet face to face. Right then. The Breach Outreach holds itself to a high journalistic standard not seen since prior to the Great War. We work tirelessly to dig up the truth and expose the evils done by those in power. In addition, this station is an independent, privately owned corporation. This ensures that our reports remain unbiased. I knew you'd come around. I'll be brief. You've got quite a past, kid, and if it's true, then I think you have what it takes to be a reporter. Great to have you, kid. For your first assignment, I want you to speak to Paparazzi and Cooper on the second floor. They're two of my best reporters, and they're in need of a helping hand. Once that's wrapped up, speak to me for your next job. Over and out.
So you're the freelancer Mr. Breach brought in. Can't say I'm happy you're on the payroll, but it's not really up to me. Me? There's nothing interesting about me. No story there. Yes, actually, I do. The Breach Outreach is a symbol of journalistic integrity. What happens to that when we start bringing in random people off the street? Right, because you're a so-called legend? Of course, my sources say that legend was made up by the Legion. I don't really know who you are, but you're sure as hell not a journalist.
Fair enough.
It would be best if we didn't have a boss at all. But all things considered, he's the best we could have hoped for. He's mostly hands-off, and he seems to really care about this place. That's just what he calls the freelancers, to make them feel important. Me and Aladar work well together, although he's a bit too safe, in my opinion. He waits for the stories to come to him. As for Dylan, or Paparazzi, as he calls himself, I don't know why he's here. He's got 1 or 2 good stories, but the rest is garbage. Bob's a good guy, and a good reporter. I don't think he's as good as everyone says, but still. Yes, I suppose I do. There's a town in Legion territory called Irvington. It's a small hole in the ground, barely worth mentioning. Or it would be, if not for the fact that it's about to enter a full-blown pandemic.
Oh.
People in that town are getting sick, and people who visit that town rarely ever come back. Something big is going down, and we need to find out what. I screwed up. I overplayed my hand and blew my cover. The sheriff kicked me out on trumped-up charges, and now I can't reach my source. He should still be in the town. Get in, get his intel, and get out. Easy. From what I can tell, they don't know about it. At least not yet. You can bet they'll raise the town once it starts affecting them. One last thing. If you have time, ask around and see what else is going on. Knowing you, I doubt you'll find much, but anything helps.
Hey, what's up, new guy? Ignore the shakes. I'm doing a story about chem addiction, so, you know. I'm not a journalist. At least, not like Oliver and Cooper are. I'm something else, a different breed. I don't just write the stories, I live them. I go where no one else is willing to go and do things that make any sane person pause. And I do it all for the truth, baby. It's not supposed to be fun. At least, not all the time. Oliver and Cooper mean well, but they just don't get it. They think they can get the full story by standing far away and being objective. But you can't report from a distance. You can't write things you haven't lived. And yet they call me a bad journalist. Well, besides Mr. Breach, he's the only other person here I respect. Yeah, he doesn't get as crazy as me, but he'll get down and dirty when the story calls for it. Plus, the guy's a party animal. Best drinking buddy I've ever had. Yeah, I was actually about to come get you. Portland runs on salt, that's a fact. And all salt comes from Salt Town. Creative name, right? The guy in charge is a man named the Foreman. He's a recluse. He never leaves his office. Which means it's almost impossible to get a read on him. But you're about to change that. Check this out. It's a bug. Picked it up from P-Town before the ghost showed up. You get this near the Foreman, and we'll know everything he does in there. I've got a bit of a reputation, and the Foreman ain't exactly on good terms with us. They won't let me anywhere near the place. But you're new. You'll be able to sneak this bad boy in right under their noses. Alright, just planting it in the building will be good enough. But if you can get it into his office, you'd be a legend here.
Okay. I think I've spoken to them all. Yep. Okay. Oh, okay, I've already spoken to him. Alright, I'm going to end this one here. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching this video. If you'd like to be notified about when I go about putting up more videos in the Fallout, the Frontier playthrough series, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube side of things to be notified when those videos are made available. Alright guys, have a good one.